Welcome to Planit Butter, where I hopefully inspire you to take fun seriously by being Intucentric. I'm Jordan Alexandra Blizzard Planit. This is from my planet to yours. Today we have a very special guest episode with my most precious mommy, Jan Planit.
Hi.
Also known as Grandma Planit Butter as of today, I decided, which that's the closest she has to a baby grandchild. So Grandma Planit Butter. And we are here in South Point, Miami. I forget the name of this park. South Point Park, I think. We just decided to intuitively record today, and we have the luxury of basing this episode off of this little tweet that came into the universe from Model Watch Daily that says, former head of IMG Models Jan Planit spotted in Miami Beach near Collins Avenue. Is a potential Miami comeback story in the works? We were just walking to dinner. We didn't think anybody saw us / knew us, I should say. Wind blowing. You tell it. What's your perspective of this?
Life is funny. The impetus is that I was talking to Jordan about my work history and the legacy I left in an industry I love, which is the modeling industry, high fashion, and the good fortune of having PR without looking for it during my tenure in the business. And I was telling Jordan how things periodically came out about different moves I made in business, and we went for dinner and we went to sleep and we woke up. Someone sent me this tweet about what Jordan just shared with you. So we had a really great laugh about that.
What's your reaction to it, though? Like,
my reaction is we couldn't stop laughing. We couldn't understand because the winds here are crazy because of the pending hurricane season. So not very dressed up, no makeup, hair blowing, heads down. We can't figure out where the quote unquote sighting was. Having said that, it's an honor and a privilege to be quote unquote spotted. However, there's no real comeback. I'm always tied to the industry, and it's something that I love, is very close to my heart, and continues to stay in my world as I have moved on to other things.
What do you think they would hope for? What would the people hope for for a comeback from Jan Planit? What would that look like?
I really couldn't say what a comeback would look like for me because it's been so long. I still know so many people, but the industry has changed so much. I want to keep it fresh and wonderful with the memories that I do have and not go backwards and keep looking forwards.
And what is looking forward for you like these days?
For me, I think looking forward feels really good in the wellness space, where I'm still always working with people, which is the thing that I love the most, sharing with people, listening to people, and making everyone feel their best. So I think that comes out more holistically in the business life coach world, with other people who are like-minded with combined spirituality. And I've begun doing retreats already and look forward to growing that business.
Tell me more about the retreats that you've done and what excites you the most, because obviously I'm your daughter, right? So I have the luxury and pleasure of having Jan Planit be my lifelong mentor, right?
Thank you, Jordan.
I think it's you and me having the conversation that we did have the other day. We were sitting on the beach, and our conversation, we kind of relived your career in a way that I hadn't had the pleasure of experiencing yet as an adult, because I grew up around you with a different type of perspective, like even playfully referencing certain stories and certain people that my memory of them is an insulting name that my siblings and I came up with because we didn't like them or something silly. But I don't know the real story or why we just being kids and being obnoxious. But hearing as an adult version of myself and you being an evolved version of yourself, not being so tied to the industry in the same way anymore, was like a really exciting and cool experience for me. And that's where we brought up this PR karma, which is when that night was when that hilarious tweet came, which is so cool. But we love talking about career, and I've had like this luxury of being exposed to your wisdom and your groundedness and your warm heart and your incredible values and your firm respect of yourself and those that you work with. And so I feel like that seems to be the thing that you are carrying with you into the wellness space more, while still staying grounded in your high level way of being in terms of morals, values, experience. And so I guess I'm blinded by the ongoing exposure to your mentorship, but I feel like you entering this wellness space for other women and likely men alike, this maybe come back as they see it is really just you having already evolved and somebody just seeing you on the street, not realizing how you've actually always been exactly true to who you are, but just evolved in your way of showing up in different industries and different exposure. So I guess the question becomes, present day in this more wellness space, how are you integrating the balance of staying true to yourself, giving this wisdom to women that want to lean more into wellness, and integrating your high fashion experience into this space?
That was very well said. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really believe that I've always stayed true to me, to your point, and I really feel comfortable always working closely with women, loving women, wanting to support women, wanting to mentor women to be their best selves has always been my path. So switching from high fashion and creating incredible friendships along the way and meeting incredible people along the way and parlaying that into this amazing network and feeling, especially maybe since COVID, if you will, people are searching, looking for answers, looking to be their best selves, maybe a little confused in the world. And I really feel that by me joining forces with these other incredible people that I have found and discovered and have incredible friendships with, have secured the grounding for this wonderful space in the wellness space. And not to overuse the word, but we're not looking to work with like-minded people. We're looking to educate people that want to come on this journey, be their best selves, discover who they are, giving them mentorship and wisdom, and peeling back maybe the layers of the onions in this safe environment where we have these incredible retreats that we have begun to do. Different ages, different backgrounds, everybody's been welcome, and it's been an incredible group of people that have shown up.
And so I'm wondering, because in the beginning you had mentioned wanting to bring together like-minded individuals, and yet at the retreats it's more of, you're saying now, not necessarily like-minded. So would it be the like-mindedness of their intentions with wanting to be better, while the like-mindedness of actually their backgrounds and their come from would not be the same? Can you clarify that for me, because I'm just actually not understanding?
I really didn't mean like-mindedness, so that's why I switched from that to educating people. It's not about like-mindedness.
Cool.
There's a lot of people who believe that they are doing wellness-related things, yoga, Pilates, meditating, journaling, whatever you call that helps you. So it's not actually like-minded. It's getting people out of their comfort zones that are not like-minded, and finding people that want to get out of their comfort zones, reach out, discover other parts of themselves, help push them in directions to get out of their comfort zone, like I said, and educate them.
So with your background and experience, what parts of you do you bring into that space so that you can actualize that for these women? Because obviously your exposure to these high fashion is like the most elite of elite fashion, especially just because of the way fashion has evolved. You were really at its peak and also part of the reason it peaked. So how do you integrate that specifically into this now space of merging people with like-minded intentions who are different, that want to expand themselves? What parts of high fashion can inform that from your lens? Because again, I obviously know you, and I have the luxury of you being not only my mother, but you are just this fierce force of nature who's so wise, so grounded, so centered, so clear on her values, so clear on her morals. So, but I know that to be true about you as a woman and as my mother. But so for somebody who doesn't know you or the space of in wellness, how do you transcend your fierce business mind from high fashion into this wellness atmosphere?
Great question. So I transform it because of my incredible gratitude around the experience of working with all of these young women that are, in some cases, just a few years younger than me, in other cases, many years younger than me, with all these different complete backgrounds, with, I believe, perception is everything, being in this industry, the high fashion industry, modeling, where you have to gently work with them because they are the products and they have to show up for the brands. So it's important to keep them whole, with respect, centered, grounded, and confident, and continue working with them to build their confidence, especially in a business where it judges you and insecurity runs high, and you get to a point where, what's my next step? Where am I going? Working with so many of them in that capacity led me down this path. So it could be anyone from any business, but especially my experience with working with young women who, we were single together, then we were married together, had children together, sometimes stayed together with our partners, sometimes didn't stay together, always evolving, always changing. And I've been very grateful to have incredible friendships with people where they've leaned on me for that, to have a wise opinion of things, have my own wisdom, being very transparent, loving to talk about things, be real about things. And I think that gives the space for people. And again, it was this particular group of women that led me to this new path. And there's people of all ages that are in all different industries that everyone's seeking, including me. So everyone's working together to be their best self. And sometimes there's challenges with that.
Totally.
But it's always fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Because I think especially just working at such a high caliber, so many people, like wellness is such a hot topic, and it's like a trend instead of a truth, if you will. And I feel like you being able to communicate effectively with such high caliber people that most people have looked up to over the years, but you being the person kind of like behind the curtain, either discovering these high caliber people or working hands-on with these people, but the outside world really not knowing that you were really operating in a wellness fashion from the beginning, in the sense that, to your point, what you said was that stood out to me that I think is helpful for, you know, an outsider to hear, because so many people do look up to high fashion models and stuff, and they just assume confidence, they assume sexy, they assume, and they also may assume what you were doing with them in terms of work, but really what you were doing is in part securing their confidence with them, now taking that and not necessarily working with only the highest fashion models, but working with an eclectic group of high caliber women who are invested in themselves in different fields, in different industries, and different things that still also want and need to expand in whatever is their best way to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All that said, what phase are we in with the next retreat? Because you had a very successful one recently, and I know there's a little bit of a digesting period, if you will. So what is next in this evolution of Jan Planit?
TBD, to be determined. And when we solidify what we're doing and where we're doing it, I will let you know.
So exciting.
It is,
Cool.
actually.
It is. It totally is. I'm excited to see what you do. No comeback here, only evolving. She's been doing her thing.
100% correct.
Full circle. All right. Well, now in the spirit of from my planet to yours, you must name your world, your planet, Jan Planit. What is the name of your world?
Jan's world.
Jan's world. Keep it simple. She's very simple and direct. You'll get to know her better as time continues if you choose to keep up with her. She's not easy to keep up with. It's like this.
Thank you,
All right.
Jordan.
Well, thanks for visiting Planit Butter. Well, actually, I visited you. Thanks for visiting Jan's world, Jordan. Thanks for having you. Thanks for having me. Thank you for bringing me life into this world. All right. We did it again. Actually, I forgot to say, this is episode 100.
How cool is that?
That's so
Love
cool.
it. Yeah.
A century of episodes if we were to do one once a year, but we do them once a week. So whatever.
Okay.
Thanks for joining me on my 100th episode, which I should have said at the top, but like I said, we were intuitively, impulsively recording this magical episode in my very short trip with my mama. And so now we have this little memory to lock in. So cute. All right. See you guys Thursday, where I hopefully continue to inspire you to take fun seriously by being Intucentric. From my planet to yours.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.